Alright, let's finish this thing today. I am going to here, the engine is up. I'm interested on putting this thing here and checking, tightening everything, and I'm gonna check on the belt walking. So I'm gonna turn the engine a couple times and see if the belt walks out of the place. Should not, but we're gonna figure that out now. I'm also gonna do voiceover because it's gonna be simpler and shorter for you guys. So at the end, this is going to be running. For the first bolt of the bracket, or the right one, you can go from the top. You might need to lift the engine a little bit. From the oil pan, I use a piece of wood and a jack, lift it up, and I was able to tighten that guy. The other one on the left side, you need to use a hole that goes on the wheel, that comes from the wheel well. You can see my socket going down there, and there you go, right here. And same thing. Okay, so I put this mount in there, and as we know, if you have not enough space in here, this belt is going to walk that way. If you have too much space, it's going to walk this way. So it's walking out a little bit. I want to make it flush, and what I'm going to do is turn the engine a few times, and now the two top bolts are torqued. I want to be sure that this belt should right in the middle. If you put your finger inside, you're going to see there's a space on the other side, but not in here. And I mean, so far nothing wrong, but if it can be in the middle, better. So putting back the spark plugs, and don't tighten the crap out of it, just hand tight and go a little further than that. Putting back the independent coils that I'm using, which are VAG coils, which is Volks, Audi, and GM. And yeah, let's start putting some oil in the car. Alright, so I was trying to set up the camera, but it's almost impossible. There are two brackets that goes between the transmission case into the block, and it goes over the oil pan, and that's why we removed it, because underneath, I think I can show you like this. I just want to get in there. So you see here, the transmission has a hole in there, and from the inside it has the bracket. See this bracket right here? So it goes here, and you can see the other end right in here goes on the engine block. So I'm going to, and the other side is the same thing, same concept. So I am going to do this. As you saw, it was pretty tight, pretty hard. If I have a lift, when I have a lift, that's going to be easier. But for now, I'm going to do this real quick and come back. Putting back the power steering pump in place was a little bit tricky. I think it's just because it's bulky and all the oil passages, oil cables and all that stuff, but we made it. Alright, so for this here, this is going to require a little showing. So see that one bolt out there? I'm gonna point an arrow, and one down there on the right side. So I gotta tighten that. I also need to tighten this here, the pulley. The pulley seems to be a little loose. Well, I don't know if it's loose, but it's moving in and out. Not sure if it was supposed to move that way. It could be the pump. The whole thing is moving, so I'm going to try to tighten this, but I'm not sure. So that's down, this is down. I'm not going to put a front cover for now. I am not sure if it's going to give me big problems for now, but of course it's going to get water and debris and all that stuff in the belt. But I'm gonna do anyway. I want to see. I don't want to put everything together. This is a pain in the butt with the engine in the car. So this here, you gotta lift a lot, and then you don't know if you're lifting too much. But you know, I cranked the car cranked and everything. I turn off the fuel. My daughter is sleeping, so I cannot turn it on right now. Dang it. And also here, with a 14 millimeter, you just kill it. There you go. Now let's plug the sensors. I unplug some of them, and pretty much whatever the sensors plug, there's no way you can plug on the wrong spot. One very important piece now would be to install the harmonic balancer, and the harmonic balancer doesn't have any alignment, so whatever you put in there, it works. I also have a tool which is just a bolt. I have a video talking about this, and a bunch of washers and one nut. So you put the harmonic balancer first, then you go tighten your bolt, and now we just start tightening.
And now little by little you keep tightening, and this is gonna start going in slowly. Once the socket, if you have a deeper socket, you can go all the way to the end. Otherwise, for me, I needed to use this wrench.
Okay, so now I'm gonna torque at 105 foot-pound, and if you look there, see there is a little hole on the pump, and I got an Allen wrench put right here, and now I just torque that guy. So I'm gonna put it back here. I don't have a lot of space, so I might need to go down on the somewhere, but oh, with my tool. So 45. 55, 60, whoa. Right, my battery died, but I made it. And look. So don't do that. And also, it kinda, that hole, I messed up a little bit, so I don't even know if you will be able to tell, but yeah, I mean, it's there, it's fine. Not sure what that is for, but yeah, looks good. And now I think finally we're just gonna put the engine mount and the two belts, one for the alternator, and the other thing that could be making noise is this here, is the pulley. Because it was right after I delete the tensioner, so I'm not gonna put it, go for driving stuff, and then I'm gonna put the pulley again. So I'm gonna drive without power steering for a while, just a test.
So finally putting the engine mount in place. This was easier than when I dropped the engine in the car. I just torque it down with the impact wrench, and then I start torquing. don't quote me on the torque because manuals or Heinz manual is kind of weird, but I did like 30 foot-pound, 35 foot-pound on those bolts. But yeah, don't follow me on that.
Alright, I started the car. I should start the camera also, but I didn't. It was out of the... It wasn't timed properly. Car started and everything, but it was like a few tooths off. So I got the old gear and I counted from this pinhole here, the guide. I count up and I count how many teeth until the mark, and it was one off. There you go. This is around, I think, 30 foot-pound. So this is good. There you go. And so this goes back in here. And now we go back to this part here, which is we start loosening those guys. And just so you understand what I did. Say it again.
Stop in the middle of the name.
Oh. Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's go back to it. Alright, so see that top marking here? Here? I need to align the internal one to the top one. And same thing in here. So I need to go with this one all the way up to here. So yeah, now my challenge is going to be untied all of those, which is fine, but then coming here with something to turn this guy, that's going to be a pain. But we're going to do it. Alright, so I have this one tool here, which is a shallow socket, and it fits like a glove. And as you see here, let me take you for a little ride here. Okay. See that little line on the left? The line on the bottom. Got a line with a line on the top. Alright, so I'm gonna go for it. Let's just start the car, see how it is. I'm gonna put you guys like here. And I'm gonna go there. Open the garage door. Okay. So we have oil pressure again. It's around 70. And if I'm not wrong, I had 19. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm sure my timing is not perfect either, so I'll need to work with my tables now and see if I can advance and if I can fix via software, because I can have timing when starting the engine, I can have timing when running and all that stuff. Here, this, oh, I don't know. I mean, this is good. The timing belt is flush after running the car, which is great. So the mechanical tensioner worked fine. My other belt was like so loose, so this is great. Here I did a bad job because look, it's almost at the end, and that one I bottom out all the way to the end. So I end up putting a good line in there, but I think my time might been off a tiny bit previously, so my tuning, it could be not correct. So I'm gonna wrap up this episode right now, or right here, and I'm gonna leave the tuning and all that stuff to the next ones. But yeah, I don't know if you guys ever saw the Eclipse. I gotta change all of that. Yeah, you'll see our pressure here, of course, is 0 now. Ooh. And you know, it's very good inside out and all that stuff. There is some wrapping that we're gonna do. What else? Yeah, you know, some little things here and there. I need to get the axle on the other side, and since the wheel is off, I might take it tonight and see if I can fix the seal because it's leaking oil. And also I have a exhaust, and I bought a TIG welder just to connect that exhaust into my downpipe. So stay tuned, don't miss the next episodes. This car is going to be running very soon. I might take it for a little spin before doing anything. I just need to put some more oil in the transmission just to be sure that everything that's leaking from the bottom is not from the axle. It's not going to damage the transmission. And that's it. Catch you later.